Hey guys, Beck here. I wanted to raise the subject of something very weird going on with our platform here at YT. It seems that lately when I find a really good channel or something that's just so powerful that I can't even link it. Now, I was lucky enough to be able to leave a link for a young girl's channel, and she's Korean. I really urge you to watch. Go to my community post, click on the link and watch what this young girl has to say. Please. She has humbled herself like we all need to, and we all know this is coming. This dying to self each and every day, it's painful, and it's not going to get easier for us because we're in the flesh. But if we have each other and we can talk about it and also look at other people's testimonies, it will help us endure. It's just one day at a time, guys. We can get through this. I have to keep telling myself this. Now, so I have not been looking at what's going on in the world. I'm going through that sort of dry spell where I don't do that because I find when I know it starts to bring me down, that's when I have trouble with my prayer life, guys. I really do. I have trouble praying when I start to get bogged down with what's going on. Look, we can't do anything about what's going on. We're spectators, but we can control our emotions and how we feel about it. And if we keep feeding on it and feeding on it and feeding on it and not getting any nutrients, it's going to end up like this creek I'm about to show you. This used to be beautiful along here. Wait till we go back down the other end. Our beautiful city here has become a rubbish dump. This is nothing. This is just a little bit. Jazzy, don't go in. This is nothing yet. This gets, up further where we can't even reach is where all the rubbish compiles. This has only been the last few years that this has happened. So we're seeing the absolute fall of Western civilization, even here. If we concern ourselves about that and that's all we're going to focus on, we cannot grow. Listen, guys, all this information we've learned over these last years of the Father coming to us and waking us up, it will not benefit us if, how do I say this? If we keep concentrating on it, it will not benefit us. Let me speak. I was on the phone to a brother in Scotland. It's a dear subscriber and his dear brother in Scotland. And we had quite a long conversation about many things. But the one thing that really got to me out of the conversation was that this man doesn't fear. He's looking at what the Father's doing. He's not concentrating on the enemy. And I started to realise I went on this big high, and it's funny, isn't it? You get the highs, then you get the lows. Now I've come down to a low and been grounded once again. I'm sorry, my husband, I can't answer your call. I'll give you a call back in a sec. My hubby's ringing me. Okay. Everything we've learned is no good to us if it's going to stress us out, freak us out. Then we go running around telling everybody what we've learned. They're not anywhere near on the level or done any research. They won't be able to understand where we're coming from. We've all been there. Okay, a lot of us have grown and we know now, and we've been much more quiet with our loved ones, but we still do get passionate, when they really just don't see. This is where we have to let go and let the Father now. We can't do it. If we haven't done it by now, we're not going to do it. Now, in concentrating ourselves with the war stuff that's going on and the fear-mongering, Look, this place has already been wiped out once before. Of course it could happen again. Do we think about it every second of the day? No. Has it happened yet? No. And if you keep freaking out about it, you're just giving the evil side more power. So I was also talking to this friend in Scotland today, and he said we talked about some of the live streams that we'd done and the fear-mongering that, well, I didn't think we were fear-mongering, but then I found out that we were, because when that person exited my life's become so much better. I was so stressed out. Some days I didn't feel like I could go on during that year that all those live streams took place, guys. Those of you who don't know, you can go back and listen to them. And my friend Growler was my co-host. And he brought it to my attention how much that we concentrated on the negative. And I can't even listen back to those live streams because I know he's telling the truth without even looking. I remember. I thought all that dark, awful information was more important than figuring out how to weather it. I know I did videos about how to weather it, but they were always on my own. I'm talking about the live streams. I'm talking about the influence we can let people have on our lives. And, you know, he just brought it to the forefront this morning, and I'm really glad he did. So I really want you to watch my community post for a little bit of edification, a lot of edification from that young girl. She's just being so honest and cut and dry. We all need to hear this stuff. We all know we're at the point, so many of us just in the last few years realise that if we don't come to repentance, full repentance, that's it. It's not going to be pleasant for us. And so by in saying that, it is the Day of Atonement. I believe it is today because I did a bit of study into the correct date, and it is actually from sundown the day before Shabbat. So it is the 6th year, I believe. Anyway, for me, here today, it starts at sundown. And I'm going to take it seriously. It is the day where Father did grant forgiveness of sins. And we all need it. We're not perfect. But now is the time to get rid of the balls and chains. I think it's really, this is a year of Jubilee. I can even see it in the growth of the plants and the things around me that are blooming, and it's an absolute year of Jubilee here. We haven't had drought, we've had more rain than anything, as you all know. It's just like this every day. But this is a literal year of Jubilee. And to get the atonement that we need, we've all got things that we've got to get rid of. And I know it doesn't matter what it is, if it's anything standing in our way of growth at this point in our life, we have to get rid of it. Let's all do it today. It starts at sundown for me here, which is in about 8 hours or so, maybe 9. And I really want to take this seriously, and I really want to concentrate on the good that the Father's provided. We're all still here, guys, and the BOMs haven't dropped. Let's just think positive, because if we're not worth saving, guys, nobody is. Okay? At least we're giving it our best. Even if you're not trying your best, you know where your salvation comes from. But that doesn't mean you can't try your best. I know that. I'm not giving anybody a free get out of jail card free here. None of us get that. That's the scary part. We have to do our diligent work. And that is our works. And that is how we grow. That is how we show the fruits of the Spirit. If we have no fruit, guys, I guess, you know, if nobody can see that we've changed, then don't kid yourself, you haven't. I've done it. We've all done it. So now is the time. These are the days of Elijah, the dry bones becoming as flesh. And these are the days of your servant Moses, righteousness being restored. And these are the days of the harvest. The fields are as white in your world. And we are the labourers in your vineyard, declaring the word of the Lord. Behold, he comes, riding on the clouds, shining like the sun at the trumpet call. Lift your voice. It's the year of Jubilee, and out of Zion's hill salvation comes. That just came to me because I just said about the year of Jubilee. We are truly, I believe, in a year of Jubilee. Oh boy, guys, it's time. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they won't hurt you.
Yeah, because I'm walking my dog. I'm worried about.
I'm going to put them in the car.
Okay, yeah.
I'll just finish this. 1 minute. Thank you. Okay. Oh, he was lovely, Vietnamese guy. I love it how people are nice. Like, yeah, not many now, but he seemed like a really genuine person. All right, guys, I will go. I have to be somewhere now. I've got an appointment. So, be good, be safe. I love you. I love you all. I do care. I hope I have never led anybody off track. I only want to lead you to the gospel, which is that Father, your Creator, sent his Son to die for you. Put your trust in him and he will change your heart. Just ask him, ask the Father to change your heart. Put your trust in him. Know there was a blood sacrifice for you. That's all I can do is tell you that. I am not a teacher, I am just a messenger. I am in the wilderness crying, prepare ye the way, for the Father and his Son, they are coming. I love you all. This is Beck. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know your comments. I'm out.